So does cheating strip the betrayed spouse of their previously given consent? While going through the numerous cheating stories we cover on YouTube, this is a question that I'm always asking myself. When two people agree to be in a monogamous relationship, that mutual understanding plays a role in how they engage with each other sexually. Because of that, if someone cheats on their partner and continues to sleep with them without disclosing their affair, I genuinely think there's grounds for saying that the betrayed spouse was stripped of their consent as the rules of the relationship were broken. It may very well be the case that someone who was cheated on wouldn't want to continue having sex with their unfaithful partner if they knew the truth. While I was looking up this topic to see if anyone else felt the same way, I came across the wonderful world of Quora. And there, I found a response to this question by the user Do Better, and they had this to say.
If you thought I was a woman, and then I surprised you, would you feel lied to, like consent given had strings? I won't coerce you now that you met all of me, but there's no going back. It's not a say. But would you feel violated that I withheld facts about the sexual activity we were participating in until you were already in a vulnerable state? When the person you cheat on gives their consent to engage in sexual activity with them, they're doing so with an understanding of your intentions. If you lie about your intentions and cheat, you're withholding information that makes them informed. It's like when porn stars lie about testing for HIV and then spread it around the industry professionals. The most unsafe sex you will ever have is sex in a relationship you think is monogamous. If it was established as a polyamory relationship, the conversation would still be about getting tested and circle informed consent. The person cheated on can't give informed consent because they are being lied to. Coercion. They didn't know what they were getting themselves into to consider it informed. If it is not informed, can it be consent? No. Cheaters giving informed consent is not their partner giving informed consent. While the cheater and maybe even the person consenting to have sex with them are aware of the situation, the person being lied to and cheated on is being sexually abused because their informed consent was taken from them. They engage in sexual activities with the cheater, none the wiser. If the third party consented but didn't know about the wife and polyamory relationship, then the third party was stripped of their informed consent. If the cheaters had the capacity to be honest and respectful of informed consent in the first place, this question wouldn't need such explanation.
Well, I think this was a pretty good response to the question about cheating and consent. Personally, I think it should only apply to people within the confines of a monogamous relationship, more specifically, a marriage. If you have a one-night stand or are seeing someone casually, you're doing so knowing that there's a chance that the person you're seeing may be sleeping with other people. When it comes to this issue, I think the best way to tackle it is within the confines of a marriage, because in such a scenario, this union is a legalized one that comes with a contract no less. One of the reasons I thought that the issue of cheating and consent could even be a thing is due to the whole issue surrounding conditional consent, which refers to giving permission or agreeing to something, but only under specific conditions or circumstances. This means that any given consent is contingent upon certain requirements being met or certain situations being fulfilled. The Sexual Offenses Act 2003, at Section 74, requires that a person agree by choice and has the freedom and capacity to make that choice. On the legal website, reads.co.uk, this is what they had to say about conditional consent. Under UK law, consent is specific and is required for each sexual act. In some situations, it can be argued that by lying or engaging in deceitful action, a person can deprive someone of making a full and free choice. For example, by removing a condom without consent or knowledge, the individual deprives the person from making a choice. The person may not have consented to the sexual encounter if they had been aware of the full facts. In English and Welsh law, this is known as conditional consent in sexual encounters. While it's doubtful that this will ever become a legal issue, the wording presented here would be inclusive of people who are cheated on. Right? As mentioned earlier, when someone agrees to have sex with their partner, more often than not, it's under the condition that their relationship is monogamous, as a married couple. So surely, if one person sleeps with someone else, it would violate that agreement, depriving the betrayed partner of being able to make a full and free choice, which in this case is conditional consent. Going down this path, legally, could be a slippery slope, but I genuinely think there's something to be said about someone having their consent taken away if they get cheated on. That being said, though, it's important to keep in mind how far something like this could go if it was made law. I mean, if you lose your job, which is a big change, and continue to sleep with your partner, would that be a violation of their consent? It could be that certain things need to be added to a prenup or any other paperwork you might sign when getting married, because at least then you can list any events that had fundamentally changed the conditions of your relationship. And of course, these conditions can be changed as time goes on. Anyway, what do you guys think? I hope you enjoyed today's video on coffee and popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.